Yeah, in fact, and speaking of that, among those scheduled to speak at the service, again, the daughter of James Brown. Boseman, as Melanie mentioned, played the role of the iconic singer in the movie Get On Up in 2014. And 7 News reporter Asia Wilson had a chance to speak with her today and joins us live from Anderson at the memorial service with more on that. Asia?
Yeah, Diane, just hours ago, I spoke with Deanna Brown Thomas, who is James Brown's daughter, who Boseman played as a character many years ago. Now, during that interview, she used many words like pure, true, and humble as words to describe him. She wants the world to know just that.
I was devastated. I was shocked. I just could not believe it. I was simply devastated to hear that, because of course we didn't know that he was sick.
Those were the raw emotions Deanna Brown, the daughter of James Brown, felt instantly when she learned Chadwick Boseman died Friday from colon cancer.
He was more than just a friend for our family. He was family to us. He had become family. I always looked at him as a younger brother.
Boseman played the godfather of soul in the 2014 film Get On Up. Deanna says prior to the movie hitting the big screen, it's the intimate moments Boseman shared with her family that displayed what he truly embodied.
We laughed and we had fun, and you could tell that he had been raised properly. Wow. You could tell that he had the humbleness and the humility. You can tell. And that's what we loved about it.
To the world, he depicted the most iconic characters, many roles he portrayed while burdened with illness. Brown says yet he still pressed on with pureness and peace.
I think that that speaks to the way he was raised and how he stands on his face for him to be able to continue to do what he did at a high level.
She says he was not only an artist, but a husband, a brother, a son, and most of all, a hero and true inspiration to all generations.
Chanel was a man of honor, integrity, and a man of God. And to look at his life and look at the power of God and the hand of God on him, that's what I hope they take away.
Speech at Howard University. He spoke truth with dignity.
Now
strength,
this memorial service has just started. Now, going back to the interview with Ms. Brown Thomas, she said about a month ago her son spoke with Boseman and there were no signs that anything was wrong with him. We'll have much more on this coming up tonight. Live in Anderson, Asia Wilson, 7 News.
Thank you, Asia. Some beautiful words from Ms. Brown. Well,